Hi Emma, how are you today?
Hey, I'm pretty good. How are you?
I'm good too. So, could you start by telling us a little bit about yourself and what you do?
Sure. I come from Greece, but I currently live in Barcelona in Spain. I'm working at Auth0 as a senior product security engineer, and I have been with Auth0 for 2.5 years.
Super. And so that's really interesting. And when did you first have this interest in technology and security?
I think it goes back to childhood. I always liked math and physics. They help me understand better how the world is. Um, And when I joined the university, it was an electrical and software engineering degree. But from the very beginning, I realized that the software part was more of my interest. So this is where I started being more involved with technology. And the final push to security is due to a cryptography lesson I took. We had a very talented PhD student doing the lectures who was very passionate about cryptography and security. So it felt like I want to do it too.
It's I find it so incredible how certain people have such a big influence on us, right?
Yes.
And so tell us a little bit after university, how did you land your first job in tech? Or what was your first job? Was it even a tech job?
So after doing my master thesis, it was on cryptography, and I had the opportunity to work on research in my university for cryptography. And it was great. I liked academic research, but I didn't feel where I was solving like a real world problem of the present. It was more theoretical, more less practical attacks in protocols. And this is when I felt okay, I want to go to the tech industry to work on security there. And I was lucky to have a friend on a security consulting company in Athens who referred to me, and I did my first internship there. And this is how it all started.
Oh, that's cool. That's super cool. I've never been to Greece, but it's one of my it's on my top bucket list after the pandemic.
Yes.
So you mentioned that that academic person really sparked a security interest in you. Have there been any other role models that have influenced you?
Yes, so this PhD student was an influence and we ended up becoming friends. But I think main influences was my family. I grew up in a family where in the end, my father, my brother, and I have all gone through the same in the same university. So there was some bias there in the family. Um, and it's also my partner who is also in tech, and he had always helped me answer questions, get to know more things, help me being curious about things, and curiosity is very important in security. So he has helped me a lot too.
That's super amazing that you had so much support from your family. And tell it, well, I know about Auth0, but why don't you tell everyone else a little bit more about Auth0 and your current role here?
Sure. So I'm a product security engineer, and what we do at Auth0 is, if I would say it in a sentence, is we make sure we ship a secure product, and when there are vulnerabilities, we make sure we remediate them correctly and timely. And this can take different forms depending on the day, on like the features we're about to release. Um, and the typical day could be like working a lot with engineering teams, discussing, reviewing design documents, doing threat models, doing code reviews. So this is one part, working very closely with our engineering teams. And the other one is that our team, our product security team, has some projects that are more general, I would say. It could be about deploying a new tool, about tackling a big security initiative. So we all try to balance my time between like those two big buckets of work.
Okay, sounds pretty serious what you're doing at Auth0. um, Yeah, so you've talked about your job and your career and your way into work, but what about your free time? You can talk about pre-pandemic and during pandemic, because I'm pretty sure it's changed.
I've tried to make it not change a lot, but yes, my free time is not so much about tech and security because I have some other like passions I want to have time for, and this is music and dancing. So I have a degree in classical piano, and I still practice. I'm trying to learn the clarinet, and I'm also having almost every day ballet and contemporary dance classes. Um, so yes, the pandemic has had an issue, but you know we can do dance classes through Zoom too. It's different, but we all adapt.
That is super cool. Like, if it wasn't for this interview, I would never known that about you. And I love it. So that's really cool. And last but not least, and I think this is probably the most important question, especially for this conference, and is what advice would you give to women and girls who dream about a career in tech?
There are many. So one thing that really strikes my mind is that we as girls, when we grow up, I think the society has an expectation from us to be perfect. How we behave, how we dress, how we, girls have to be more careful than boys in the way they grow up, and I think this ends up creating boys being and men later in the future being able to take more risks than women, and this is something we need to change, meaning that we take risks and we will fail, and this is fine. This is a great learning opportunity. Um, and this is where taking risks can actually get us to something great. The other thing is that I believe that we as women think we're less good than we truly are. And this is very, very common in seeing a job application and saying, oh, I don't have all those qualifications, I will not apply. No, please do. And you will be surprised about the results. And the last thing I would say is try to find a network and people in tech that can help you. And if you have a role model, don't hesitate to ask them to become your mentor. Like worst case scenario, you'll get a no, but on all the other cases, you will have a great mentor that will help you get into tech and security.
I think these are amazing. This is amazing advice, especially the checking off all the checkboxes in an application. It's just crazy. Nobody can do that. So
Yes.
yeah, really listen to Eva and put yourself out there. Don't hold back. And thank you so much, Eva, for being here today.
Of course.
I hope everyone has learned a lot from this interview. So thank you.
Thank you.